Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna chamfer this one just a little bit, okay? And chamfer this one just a little bit. And is my screencast keys off again? This add-on is amazing. Disappearing all the time. And let's chamfer this one a little bit as well. Not too much, just a bit, yeah? This edge here. And this should do. In fact, you know, I'm thinking whether we shouldn't round this one up a bit. So let's go here and see what's gonna happen. And let's round this up. This could work. So what we're gonna do is remove this mark and then round it up. Yeah, like this. How are we looking? Yeah, I think it works. I think it works. It's pretty cool. I like it. So let's keep that. And now we need something in the front. So let's remove this edge from the middle and go to the front view and grab a cutter like this. In fact, maybe on this side it's gonna be better. And we're gonna mirror it to the other side. So bevel this right with B, and you know, cut it through quite deep. So we're gonna have some leeway with movement, and solidify, and hold shift and just, you know, solidify a bit and mirror it to the other side of this gun, because this gun is mirrored to here, which means we can mirror across this origin point, right? So that's that. Now let's apply this and let's flatten this. So click on these two and flatten, click on this one and flatten, and then select this one and GY and move it outside a bit. Okay, so we got the gun front. We're gonna worry about it later. So in fact, what we could do is Control L and separate it to its own selection. So for instance, if we're gonna start cutting this, right, with, let's say, you know, N-guns or whatever, it's not gonna affect this main barrel here, right? Okay, so this would be our gun blockout, like really, you know, rough blockout, right? So let's save it. And what we're gonna do now is we're going to select all these, okay, and parent it to this object, okay? Now before we do anything, let's actually apply all the mirrors, right? So let's select all these and simply run smart apply. Okay, so this should apply mirrors. All right, perfect. Now we can hide these cannons, right? In fact, not hide the cannons, but let's move these to backup. Okay, so backup, there we go, because we need these. And now we can just select this one because we parented it, right? Right, so let's grab this one and we can move it in here. Don't worry about the cutter. The cutter doesn't matter. We can delete it. And let's, Jesus Christ, this gun is huge. So we need to resize it a bit. So let's mount it somewhere here. Oh my God. That's just too massive. Let's mount it somewhere here, and in fact, you know, before we do that, let's keep a copy somewhere here. Yeah. So before we do this, before we do anything with it, let's in fact Shift D this and GY move it in here, and we're gonna keep a copy of it. I forgot to make a copy. So new collection and Canon final. Okay. So Canon final, and we're going to, you know, turn it off for a sec. So now let's focus on this one, shall we? Let's see how we're looking on size here. So we could, you know, resize it a bit on this axis, and we're going to rotate it. So hold Control and rotate it just a bit. and probably gonna move it somewhere here, like this, right? And this bit will need to move to the left. So where is it? GX, and move it in here, right? So I probably need to make it a bit thicker. There we go. And maybe a bit lower. So GZ and kind of like this, right? There you go. Now let's see what we can do here. It's I don't know if it's not too, definitely not too small, but what I'm saying is that this one is a bit too small. So what we need to do is make this one a bit larger, right? We're gonna be remodeling this part anyway, but just for the time being, let's, you know, let's fit it properly here. So let's make it larger but narrower, right? Needs to be a bit more circular. In fact, we will meld it with a circle, okay, to mount it on this. So that's what's gonna happen eventually, right? We're gonna mount it properly, and I think we need to elevate it a bit higher. So at the moment it doesn't fit, so it should be, you know, something like this. I don't know, somewhere here. Maybe we need to rotate it a bit. Maybe this kind of thing. This would work as well. And I think this gun is a little bit too high. Maybe it could be a little bit lower, you know, so somewhere here maybe. It can't be too low, because then it can't be too low, closer, you know, too close to the legs. So we could do something like this, right? And then select these again and rotate them a bit and drop them down. Something like this maybe. So let's select all of them and let's mirror them to the other side. Let's see how it's looking. Well, that looks menacing. That's what it is. Okay, that looks really menacing. Oh, we're gonna have to, you know, invent some mounting system in here. Really good mounting system, because these guns are massive. Okay. This should be a bit lower right here somewhere, like this. There we go. So definitely some loops to support the curvature, but these hands gonna have to be redone for sure. But that looks pretty crazy. That looks like Transformers, you know. Pretty awesome. We're gonna have to invent some kind of a really interesting mechanism in here, because of these guns are rotated, right? At the moment we need some hinges, and I think I'm gonna build in hinges in here. So I'm going to build a cylinder in here and rotate it on X, and, you know, probably build one pivot point in here. Okay, so let me just move it in. All right, let's scale this now and sharpen it. So see something like this in here, like a hinge, and there should be one more in here. So this gun can rotate up and down, and also, you know, this way, within the range of these cables at the back. So I think this is gonna be pretty dope. This looks pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty crazy. So this would be it for the guns, and I think the last thing we need to block out is this gun support part. Okay, so we're gonna do it next video. So I'll catch you next video, guys.